Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty in the Frizz. My name is Kara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit today. So today is another BYOP Build Your Own Palette video, aka Shop My Eyeshadow Stash. This is an open collaboration that Kelly from KeepBeauty Real and I are doing every month to make sure we are using our beautiful eyeshadow singles. And this month's palette is spooky Halloween vibes, or just spooky vibes in general. So if you want to see the palette that I've created, keep watching this video. Let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy, if it's your love, it makes you happy, and you especially love eyeshadow, definitely consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So just a little bit about the collab. Kelly from over at KeepBeauty Real and I, we just had this conversation one day about how we can make use of our eyeshadow singles. We love collecting them, we love swatching them, but we aren't really including them on our day-to-day. I think for most people, or at least for me, it is easier for me to grab a palette. So kind of just thought, well, why don't we come up with some themes and create our own palettes? And so this is the fourth one. I'm really happy with it. There is a community playlist if you are a content creator and you want to participate, and that is over on Kelly's channel. And if you are on Instagram, please feel free to create your own Spooky Vibes palette and tag us. One of the issues with people participating is that we don't put this video up until the last Thursday of the month. So what Kelly and I have decided to do is at the end of the video, we will share the theme for next month's palette. That way you can get your little thoughts together, whether you're on YouTube, Instagram, and participate at the end of next month. Hopefully that's going to be a better approach because I really love when I see people create their own palettes. Like, it is so inspiring. So let's get into my palette. So the only rule for the palette is that we choose 10 shades. I don't know if that's going to change or not, but it is really difficult. I think the most difficult part of the collab is picking the shades. So let me show you my palette and just the reasoning behind the shades that I chose, and then I'll show you the swatches. So here is my Spooky Vibes palette. I played around with this last night, and then I woke up this morning and I still felt like it wasn't exactly what I needed it to be. So I made a couple last minute changes. I do think I'm happy with this. I think this lighting is a little bright, but we are gonna go into these shades in depth and the swatches right now. So the very first shade I chose, and I really built this palette around this shade. When I knew we were going to do Spooky Vibes, I knew this one had to be a part of it. This is the shade Patina by Clionadh Cosmetics. This is one of their stained glass shadows, and you can't really see the shift as good, but you will see it. It is a green, but it shifts gold. It is one of my favorite Clionadh shadows. And here's what Patina looks like swatched. It is a very silky and smooth metallic. So the next shade I have is the shade Mesa. Now this is a matte orange shade, and it is by Looxi Beauty. I don't think there's any way I could have created a Halloween palette without an orange shade. It was just deciding whether it was going to be an orange matte or an orange shimmer, and I went with the matte. And here is Mesa. I went over this a couple of times. I'm so surprised that, well, I'm not really surprised, but I don't really hear a lot of people talk about Looxi Beauty and their shadow quality, but I really like this orange matte. And when I looked at my eyeshadow singles, I realized I didn't have a lot of vibrant mattes, and I recently got these from Looxi Beauty just to broaden my collection. Not that I needed to do that. So the next shade I have is also by Looxi. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Maybe it's Lucy. I'm gonna Looxi. Maybe it's Luxi because it's a double O. Looxi. Why am I saying Looxi? Well, O could be look. Next shade by Looxi Beauty is the shade Snack, and it is a purple matte shade. I think purple is a great color to include in a spooky palette. So let's close up on this so you can see it. And there we go with the shade Snack And here is the shade Swatched. So already, this is just a great color story. Oh, and I'm gonna let y'all know right now, there are no kids here. So don't be like, where's August and Marky? They are in school. They are so excited for Halloween though. Hold on, I got something to say about that. Okay, next we have the shade Heartthrob. This is another Looxi Beauty matte. And I was trying to figure out, did I want like a blood red matte? Well, this is kind of blood red, but like a bright red matte or kind of a deeper one. And I went with the deeper one. And here's what it looks like. So real quick, while I'm swatching this. You know, these Halloween costumes, y'all, are just not practical. So here's the thing. August wanted to be Spider-Man, or is going to be Spider-Man. And I just wasn't thinking about it, but you know, Spider-Man is like this one piece getup, and that's fine. But there's just so many things wrong with these Spider-Man costumes. And there's so many different ones. I don't know. I really should have thought a little bit more about the one I was picking out for him. Now, there's some pluses and minuses. Okay, let's start with the pluses. The first plus is that this one has a zipper. So when he goes to the bathroom, he can just unzip down there and do what he needs to do and zip back up. I think that is a fabulous idea. I don't think I have seen a costume that has that. No, I haven't. So when I saw that, I was really happy. And I was surprised that that wasn't like something that was highlighted about that costume. But whatever. But everything else I'm about to tell you are cons. Okay, con number one. It's so tight, and it's like a one piece. I don't think he can put his shoes on and then, first of all, I'm not gonna have him put his shoes into the costume because then he's gonna be slipping and sliding all day. He can't do it anyway because it's so tight. Like it's like a cat suit tight. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have to put that on and then put his shoes over top. Now, I think that's gonna make Spider-Man look a little whack because you don't see Spider-Man with sneakers over top. That's number one. So he really needed the costume that has the boot covers. Feel free to skip past this and get to the palette. I'm gonna have to put a timestamp in, but I need to share this. So I should have picked a costume that has the boot covers instead, or the shoe covers instead of that. Okay, issue number two, the gloves are not separate, okay? So after he zipping himself up in the bathroom, how is he supposed to wash his hands, Sway? How? Not to mention, it's so tight. He can't get those gloves on by himself or the hand part. So now my mom was like, cause she can sew, she's gonna put a split in the wrist so he can take his hands out and wash his hands. It may be too late for some of you moms out there if you've already picked out costumes that are one pieces. All I'm saying is, that's ridiculous. He's only 6. It's a pandemic. We're gonna have him not wash his hands because you can't get the gloves off. So I don't know what's gonna happen. My mom was like, she could put the split in or maybe cut them. I don't know. She's got an idea and then have a little piece of Velcro. So, I mean, this is all last minute because today's Wednesday and he's going to school Friday. So that's that. Now, Marky is going to be Iron Man. I think the Iron Man costume is a lot easier to work with and there are no gloves. I'm not sure about boot covers or whatever for him, but this is too much stress. Like, I had to share that. Just feel free. You can go ahead, fast forward if you need to. This is the shade Heartthrob. Look at this, y'all. This is, look, I'm just saying. Now, like I said, I went over this twice, but just look at how rich these matte shades are. Yes, yes. Hey, Annabelle. Okay, thank y'all for bearing with me. I just had to express myself. Now, my next shade is by Pretties for Your Face. It is called Fried Oreo, and it is a black, it's a black matte, but I feel like there's a little bit of sheen to this shade. Now, recently, you see there's a little sheen to it. Now, Pretties for Your Face is one of the newer brands that I've tried. And recently, I don't know if they're still doing it, it was like 50% off everything. And I know that my friend Jamie, her channel is I Am Jamila. She has a code. Let me put it in the description box, because when they have these sales, a lot of times you can use the codes too. I think there's a little, I was thinking this was remnants from another shadow, but might be a little bit of glitter in this. If not, the remnants looks good. Okay. So there's fried Oreo. Look how smooth it is. Like, it's not chalky. It's just slick. Also, y'all have to let me know, do y'all celebrate Halloween? So I'm big into Halloween because I just love dressing up in costumes. And when my husband was alive, we used to throw these house parties. Have I told y'all about the house parties? We used to throw house parties. And it was like BYOB. We would provide all the food. We had a DJ. I swear I may have talked about this at some point. And they were great. We had like 3 of them. I had one year at my mom's, and my friends asked me like, when am I gonna bring it back? Because you don't wanna be out and about drinking and stuff. I'm too old for that, you know? Once I hit a certain age, it's just like, not that you can't go out, because I really enjoy adult Halloween parties. I've done those too, but I'm not doing all that right now. But I loved just being able to have everybody over. If you need to crash, you could crash. Nobody ever did. We put all the furniture outside in the basement and like make the house look like a haunted house. It was great. Let me go into the next shade. So, and I'll finish telling y'all about Halloween. This next shade is by Terra Cosmetics. It's called Extra Celestial. This just reminds me of like a galaxy shade, like a galaxy type shimmer metallic. It's purple, but I don't know, what do you call this purple? I don't know, it's kind of like purple blue. I just felt like it belonged, and there it is. Just felt like this added something really cute to the palette. So anyway, lately, it usually comes to me what I want to be or do for Halloween. And this year it didn't come to me until like 2 nights ago. So now I'm up here struggling to try to find some stuff that's gonna be here in time for me to film a look. But for work, I'm gonna be a green crayon, because we're just gonna be crayons this year. I was a fuchsia crayon another year back, but it'll be fine, you know? I don't know, I have a couple other things in mind, but like, man, the week goes by so fast. Let me get into this. The week goes by so fast, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do. And there is Extra Celestial. It's a celestial shade, that's a galaxy, you know, so. Yeah, but I just feel like this looks great. And when I create these palettes, you know, I try to think about trying to have something in the palette that everyone would love, so that it appeals to more people. You know what I'm saying? Without compromising what the theme is. All right, so the next shade I have is by Terra Cosmetics, and it's called Call Me Almond. Y'all know what that's from? Martin. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me know so I can find that episode and send it to you, please, on Instagram. Call Me Almonds. All right, so almondsy. Now, I included this shade because it reminded me of a full moon. You know what I'm saying? It could be a lid shade. It could be, but I'm thinking inner corner for me and brow bone. Hoiloint. And I just thought this would be perfect. And here it is up close. If y'all need to laugh, I'm telling you, Martin is still hilarious to this day. Like, you know how sometimes you'll watch some, now this shade real quick is a little flaky. So with this one, I would spray this shade, but it's really pretty though. But it's a little flaky flake. You know how sometimes when you go back and watch shows that you used to watch, they're like real corny, like they're just not funny at all. I don't feel like that about Martin. I think Martin is just as funny as it was when I was in elementary school. And if you were older than that, when you were watching Martin, you don't have to tell me. All right, and there's Call Me Almond, or just Call Me, right here. And this is what we're working with so far. This is the first time that I'm swatching this out, and I am really liking it, really. All right, this next shade is one of the ones that I just added in this morning. I did a swappy swap. This is the shade Orb, and it is by Clionadh Cosmetics. One of their circle shades that are so good. Black Friday, y'all. If you're interested, these are totally worth it. I know that people really are into the stained glass shadows, but these are super affordable and they are awesome metallics. This just reminds me kind of a slime green, and I thought it would be a great addition to the palette. And it also gives a little more lightness to the palette because, you know, we have a lot of deep shades here, but this gives a little light, you know. We don't need that much lightness, but because it's spooky, and there's the shade Orb. All right, 2 shades left. We next have the shade Thunderbird. This is a matte gray, and it is by none other than Sydney Grace Cosmetics. And there it is up close. And there is the shade Thunderbird. Here's the whole palette. All right, last but not least, we have the shade Berry Sexy. And this is by Looxi Beauty. It is another duochrome, and it's kind of like a berry to rust color shift when I'm looking at it. Let's see, I'm not sure if you can see that shift, maybe a little bit right there, but they've got some really good shadows in their collection. And I'm not sure if they've changed the formula or not, because my first time trying Looxi, I was like, these shadows aren't necessarily matching the swatches. Like, they seem a bit more sheer than the swatches, but not these. These are on point. And there's Berry Sexy, and here is my Spooky Vibes palette, you guys. And I'm gonna turn off the lights. All right, y'all, so I can definitely say I am really happy with this palette and the color story. The only thing I was debating about was having a gold, but that's one of the ones I swapped out for the other green. And I think it's a good choice. I think a gold would have been nice as well, but we only did 10 shades, so something had to go. All right, let's get into an eye look. I'll put on some lipstick too. I'm gonna let the eye look kind of determine what the lip is gonna be. So I'll be right back in a second. All right, you guys, let's get into this eye look. I have Urban Decay Primer Potion on the lids. I usually try to use all 10 shades. We'll see about this one. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I am going to try. I don't know where to start. I do. I'm gonna start with the shade Mesa. Mesa is the orange by Looxi, orange matte. And so starting with Mesa on a fluffy brush, let's just take it and we're gonna put it in the transition area on the front part of the eye, or the first part. I don't know what you call it, first half. Using this shade to set in my primer. I'm just leaving a little space, if I can, underneath the brow bone. I want to leave a little gap today because I'm definitely going to use that Call Me shade for a highlight. And take it a little higher on this eye and a little further over. Okay, and I like what we have. Now I'm going to go into Heartthrob, which is that deep red matte. Just keeping it on the same brush. And I think these we'll hope these will blend into each other nicely. I'm just blending it and trying to just make sure it's not a harsh transition from one shade to the other. Same here on this eye. Next, I'm gonna go in with a crease brush and I'm gonna take this shade Snack, and that is gonna go in the crease. These Looxi mats, just tap them off so you don't have too much pigment if you plan on getting these. I will probably be talking about these shades in a favorites video. I think I need to do a favorites video because it has just been a minute since I've done a favorites video, but I'm loving these a lot. Tap off your brush because you don't want to have too much pigment on your brush. That way you can just add more. I'm going to use a different shade for the outer corner, so I'm not really concerned about the purple being on the outer corner. Let's see what else we can pop on these lids. Let's go into Patina. I'm just gonna use a shader brush. Let's just go right here. Not spraying it or anything. You really don't need to. Okay, let's see. This shade is so beautiful. Do y'all see how beautiful and smooth? It's just silky smooth. So here's what we're working with. Hopefully we can see everything. I want to go into Extra Celestial, and I am going to continue on this shimmer journey. I think this is so beautiful to put next to Patina. And again, not spraying these, not wetting them, just packing them. Not really getting any fallout. This is just everything. Flipping the brush over and going into the shade Orb. Orb is gonna go here. Saved a little spot for Orb. Now I do want to try to not have the blend be so harsh. Now I'm just trying to merge these with my finger. I was gonna use another shade, but to blend it, oh my god. I want to go into Fried Oreo. Let's see how this performs. I'm taking it on a fluffy brush at first just because I have not used this before. So let's just take it on a fluffy brush. And I'm going to bring it up. This packs a lot of pigment, y'all. Gonna bring that up. Gonna take a little more of Fried Oreo to connect the corner, outer corner, to the lower lash line. And I'm kind of liking the shape that's happening here. Next, we're gonna go into Thunderbird by Sydney Grace to continue on the lower lash line. It's a nice smoky shade. I'm just leaving the front portion of the lower lash line open because I'm gonna use the other shimmer, Berry Sexy. Oh my God. August asked me what sexy was today. I was like, it's not a bad word, but it's not a word that like you need to be saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, you know the song that's like, too sexy for this world, too sexy for your girl. It's a great song. But, you know, even though we listen to the clean music, sexy isn't a bad word. This looks patchy right here. So I told him he can just say handsome. I was like, it means you look really good. He's like, well, you're an adult, you can say it. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna say it though. He's like, but you can. I'm like, thank you, but I'm not. I'm gonna go into Berry Sexy, which is this deep shimmer, and let's see what this is gonna do on the lower lash line as well. I am going to drag it over Thunderbird a little bit. I think it will just give us a little, I don't know, but that's what I'm gonna do. And this is a Halloween look, so I am, you know, dragging it down. And last but not least, y'all, we got to get our shade Call Me Almonds. This one right here, Call Me. that's going to be my inner corner highlight. I did say you should spray this and I'm too lazy to get up. Just opening up the eye a little bit. I think this was a great choice for an inner corner shade. And again, I do want to do the brow bone highlight with this one. It's going a little bit over our transition shades, but it's just giving those shades a little glow. And there is our look. And I was able to use every shade. Oh wait. I really like it. I think I need like some type of deep vampy lip. So let me get my eyeliner, mascara, lipstick on, and I'll be back to close this out, y'all. Okay, y'all, so here we are with the final look. Tried a new lipstick today. So a while back, Urban Decay had $9 Vice lipsticks, and this is the shade Motorhead. And here is the shade. So yeah, I really like this. Now, I don't really do a lot of dark lipstick, and it took me a long time to put it on because I just kept messing up. So it still might be messed up, but we're gonna have to go with this. Now for eyeliner, I just use a white eyeliner. I already knew white eyeliner was what I was gonna need for this look. I love white eyeliner. It's one of my favorite things to just, I don't know what it does, but it does something for eyeshadow looks. Oh, I can't. Whatever, we're just gonna leave it because I don't wanna mess it up anymore. The white eyeliner is a cream gel eyeliner by ColourPop. And mascara, I use the NYX On The Rise Lash Booster, followed by the Major Pleasure mascara by Nabla Cosmetics. So that's it, y'all. All right, you guys, that is it for this video. Please make sure that you go and check out Kelly over at KeepBeauty Real. Her video is going to be linked in the description box. Everything on my face is going to be linked in the description box. Any other collaborators that I didn't know will be linked in the description box. And that's it. I had a lot of fun creating this look and chatting and ranting, and I hope that you did too. Also, the community playlist from the previous BYOP videos will also be in the description box. So thank you all for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me. I hope this was therapy for you, because it definitely was for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself, talk to yourself nice, stay safe, and I will see y'all really soon. Bye.